Ejay's podcast. Let's go. I want us to discuss a bit of the politics in Africa and in Nigeria especially. There's a situation right now where there's insurgents with the Fulani headsmen. And personally, I do not agree with the pattern by which the gentleman, Sunday Igboho, I'm sure if you are familiar with the news, you would have seen this. There's this situation where the Fulani headsmen are, going all over the place and killing people and taking their lands and so on and so forth. And this guy came out openly and said, listen, we need to drive these people out of our lands, whether by killing them or whichever method, but we need to get them out. Which I think is a really dangerous pattern because we have also non-Hausas who live in the northern part of Nigeria. So I think that can create a lot of chaos. Henry, are you familiar with this situation?
Yeah, I am.
What do you think about this whole thing?
Yeah, because I'm not a supporter of violence by any means.
Yes.
But at times I try to understand why Sunday Igboho should did what he had to say or made the pronouncement he had to make, because actually you can't leave a nation or the security of a nation in a vacuum. When it comes to Nigeria, this security architecture has completely collapsed and it has failed, and people are being terrorized and being killed and being kidnapped and raped even in their own homeland. So somehow when the government fails, somebody has to step in to create a semblance of security.
But is this the way to go about it, though? Inciting, it feels to me that it feels as if he's inciting some kind of riot or some kind of war. Because if you come out openly like that, okay, I understand the fact that he's trying to represent, the people who have been oppressed, killed, and stuff. But I think there should be a dialogue, and I think this is one of the things that's been missing in the government. Is that people don't know how to have conversations anymore. The government is missing, like you said, the security is just open, nobody's taking care of things. But coming out and saying, listen, kill them. Don't you think this is...
No, I disagree with you. I disagree. He did not say kill them. But I'm going to tell you something. I totally agree with him. At times, in a situation like this, you have to use unconventional method. The government was sleeping. When the American returnee was killed, government said nothing. When there's this guy who is into tribal medicine or colonial, who was killed last year, government said nothing. Now that Sunday Igboho, a lot of people have been killed in that Aziz. A lot of women have been raped in that Aziz. Yes. A lot of young girls have been raped there. Government was not saying anything. Now that Sunday Igboho rose up, gave that ultimatum, you see that government suddenly wake up. Government woke up because they know. Now, the thing is this. If the gentleman had not taken that step, the trend will still continue. But now, all of a sudden, you see the commissioner of police went there. Nobody has visited that place. Ever. For more than 1 year that they have been terrorizing them. A lot of people. So, I think it's good. Like, when you live in a country where the government is sleeping, you are responsible for your own safety.
But my question is, so, last year or 2 years ago, that the ACF or Northern people came out and said the Igbo people should leave the North. Yeah. So what happened during that period? So is Sunday Igboho the first person to say, okay, these people should leave? He didn't say. He said the trouble.
The ones making trouble. Yeah.
They were making trouble in that place. Yeah. That even the Seriki was one even meditating between. Mediating. Yes, sorry, yeah. Mediating between
the kidnappers and the family
of the people that have been kidnapped.
But what is the position of the government?
Let me go back to the ultimatum that was given last year, yes, 2 years ago, to the Igbo people to leave the North. Did they do anything? Did they commit any crime in the place? Nothing. They didn't commit anything. It was just because of some maybe an arrest or something. And you told them to leave. Nobody, the spokesman for the president didn't come out. But immediately Sunday Igboho mentioned that these people should leave. And is he just telling them to leave? 3 years ago, when without that problem, did he come out to say, okay, the Fulani...
Do you think that this is because we have a president who's from the North?
No, because we have a president that is not alive.
Sorry, please. I would like to ask a question.
Yes, please.
Because this thing is really puzzling to me. we are operating in a republic, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have the presidency, we have the Senate, we have the House of Rep, and we also have the service chief.
Yes.
So, but the way I see it is like focus is only on presidency. Is it that the president is the only person with the power?
The presidency is the head.
The presidency gives the order.
Gives the order.
Is the
Gives
chief
the
of
order.
armed forces.
So let's agree that the presidency is the chief of armed forces. When the president, like Henry said, is dead, what is now the duty of the other parts of the the government?
So if there should be uprising with the service chief, the service chief can't do anything.
You have to wait for the order.
You have to wait for the order.
Order was coming. And
he can be court-martialed for that.
There is a critical question that Nigerians are not asking. Every time there is a kidnapping, the Seriki was the intermediate.
The mediator, yes.
That definitely he knows the kidnapping.
Yeah.
Mediating between them. When this guy visited them, these people had guns.
Government has not been looking at. And just like what Sunday Igboho said, when he went to his house, saw a lot of cars, like living lives, palaces. I just come to the conclusion that they are from proceeds, the criminal proceeds. So, and that is why it continues like that. And if you actually read the story of the PhD holder that was killed, the cattle destroyed his farm, and he went to them. He went to them to make a formal report. That, I've come home to invest, employ people from this locality, and this is what only for him to was going, and they held him, tied him, and killed him. And so, you see want that to continue.
Can that happen in the north?
No, look at it.
I
think that
one question I want to ask is: did Sunday Igboho tell Igbo people or Hausa people to leave the southwest or to leave?
No, I think it was specific with the herds and the kidnappers.
What is the cause? It's not just he just didn't stand up one day and say, okay,
no, it didn't start one.
Look at what Linda asked a question. Whether besides the president, the National Assembly and the rest. Now you need to understand Nigeria as a country.
Definitely,
the Nigerian president is the most powerful president anywhere in the whole world.
The vice president is even powerless. So
because you control the National Assembly, and unfortunately, this current National Assembly we have in Nigeria, they told us right from the beginning that whatsoever the president wants, that they will do.
Yes, they said it.
So that is to say, whatsoever the president asks them to do, that is what they will do. Anything that will anger the president, they will not do.
That question is not
so
valid in Nigeria.
Then also the service chiefs are at the beck and call of the president. And also, if you look at Nigeria as a nation, it's designed in such a way as though it's the northern country. It's not actually Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's actually should be called the Federal Republic of Northern Nigeria.
Because if what I've noticed is that all these key positions, security chiefs, they are given to
held by the Northerners.
Yeah, or like before that they tried to make it balanced.
Yeah, but isn't this because we have a Northerner as the head of state?
No, it's usually balanced. It's usually balanced.
But I think it's because we have a Northerner as the head of state.
No, it's simply because
because we have a clueless man.
Yeah, we have a clueless man. He's alive, but it's as if he's not alive.
So in a situation like this, looking at
clueless man, when Yar'Adua is the Northerner, he's from Katsina. It was Yar'Adua that dealt with the Boko Haram guy before the thing turned to something else. It was becoming a pandemic, or if I can use that, in Borno, and he sent military there. Look at Buhari for almost how many years now? 5 to 6 years. He just changed service chief.
There is something that we decide not to understand about Buhari, or we just try to ignore. He has this soft spot for anything now. There is nothing. In 2001, I was there, but I remember he went to Lamadishina when Lamadishina was the governor of Oyo State.
Yes.
A former head of state went to Lamadishina and was saying that, why are your people killing my people?
Yeah.
And that is the best that the former head of state could give. So Buhari was this slippery because it was anything that is not against the norm. You don't see him taking.
But when it comes to Nigerian politics, do you know? I don't even blame Buhari that much. Do you know the people I blame?
Yes.
The Yorubas.
And why is that?
And I will tell you, you need to understand the Nigerian politics very well. Nigeria, okay, we have the north, we have the southwest, and we have the south and the southeast.
Do you agree that the Yorubas are to blame for this?
I will tell you.
I need to get the point.
The northern parts of Nigeria feel they have been destined with dominance of the country.
Mm-hmm. The northern part.
Yeah. Then the eastern part of Nigeria, based on the Civil War experience, feel that they need to go away from Nigeria. So they are busy making noise. I refer to them as noisemaker. Interestingly, my wife is from the eastern part of Nigeria. My wife is an Igbo. Then the south, where I come from, because of the natural resources we have, the crude oil and all of that, our people are good at destroying the economy of the nation when they go after those kind of installations. Yes. Then the western part of the country, the Yorubas, they actually hold the power to change the country. Wow. But unfortunately, because of parochial view and selfish interest, they are not using that power. If you look at during the Babangira's time, the Abacha's time, the Yorubas were the ones that rose up and fought those regimes and influenced a change in Nigeria.
Yeah, but that was because they had strong people who were in like high positions.
No, they didn't have people in high position. It was the masses of their people that came to the streets and demonstrated.
Yeah, that was when you have Nadeko.
Yeah, they have the power to actually mobilize the people and cause a change in the country. But because they are interested in that power position of Nigeria to be the head of the country, they fail to use what they have. Now, imagine if this ultimatum given to the Fulani herdsmen was given in the eastern part of the country. Buhari would have sent the Nigerian military to go destroy the eastern part of the country. But he can't do that with the Yorubas. Now, if you look at the NSAS protest, it was so effective because of Lagos. Yep. Now, if you look at the Nadeko and others Babangida must go, it was effective because of Lagos. So if Nigeria must change today, the Yorubas must begin to use this power. They have this power of.
I don't really totally agree though, because I think Lagos is not necessarily a Yoruba state.
Okay, but look at the.
That's like if we have let's say Oduduwa nation today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lagos is going to be like definitely. Most of the decisions that are being made in the southwest.
Yeah.
Where do you have people moving to? For greener pastures in Nigeria.
So do you agree with Henry that
partly I agree with him.
I agree partially.
But the thing is, to me, the Igbo nation, they need to put their houses together. If your house is not in order, and you expect somebody, they actually they play the politics very well. I think they actually understand the politics of Nigeria. So you have the Yoruba people that said, okay, they can swing the election anyways. So the North is already there, promising them, okay, let me do my time and then I'll go next. But you see, Southeast, let me even go to Southeast right now. You see people defecting from PDP now to APC.
Changing political parties.
Because of 2023. David Umahi from Ebonyi is changing. Some of these people are changing. They don't, okay, look at, you guys know my opinion about Tinubu. Look at the way he has done with the Southwest. Trying to take it back from PDP and just have something, okay, one house, okay, this is who we are voting for, everybody goes. But look at Southeast. Do you think they have the same thing in Southeast? So Southeast needs to put their own house in order. And if you think, okay, the Yoruba can swing the election for you, at least right now, if I ask anybody from Southeast, do you have somebody that you can? They'll be like,
no, you are looking at it in terms of the election perspective. No. What Nigeria actually needs is not president. What Nigeria needs is restructuring.
Now, why I said I do not totally agree with you that what you said is right. It used to be before this Fourth Republic.
Okay.
But with the advent of Fourth Republic, you see, in Nigeria, politicians came and they destroyed everything. Institutions, everything, they've destroyed everything. So there is no, except in the north, you are not going to find that kind of unity in any region in the south, be it southeast, southwest, or south-south. Because now, for example, in the southwest, when you talk about restructuring, you have a Tinubu, you have a Fayemi, who are high in 2023, and they are not going to agree with you.
Okay.
So if tomorrow they take it turn, they will be the singer of restructuring. Yeah. So it's about their past. So this is what democracy brought. Like that division. You know, in those Babangida regime, those Abacha regime, it was fight towards a common cause.
Yeah.
You see Dele Momodu, all these people, Tinubu, all of them fighting the same cause. But now that the democracy is here, now who gets what becomes the problem. So you will never see any region except the North. The North, they not believe the presidency is their president, and so they are going to hold on to that. And so they are going to use the number to keep playing the other region. And in as much as the other region
are not united,
they won't be united. They will definitely not be united because now, take for instance the Southwest in the APC now, you have two groups. We have an Abuja back group rooting for the Fayemi, and you have this core Southwest group rooting for Tinubu. So that is some kind of divide and rule. Yeah. So the Southwest is fractionalized already. So now when they go to the primary of the party, I bet if it's you, both of them might lose the ticket. So if you take it to restructuring, you take it to anything, it keeps permeating the system like that.
Who's best though to represent the country right at this time? Yeah. I mean, for what region would you think will be the best to represent the
personally
country?
right
if
now?
You speak to an Igbo person,
well,
they will say,
I will tell you that
we have been lagging behind. We need to get the
I will tell you that we need to
do
away with which region. And
no, that's the way it has been since.
But I think there's definitely
that's the way it has been since 1999. So if actually you want to, in the sense of federal character and all this rotation, maybe the last time
bearing in mind we want someone who pushes us
rotation was during the Obasanjo period. You'd be in the news, rotation. If actually you are in for a common goal and one Nigeria that everybody is saying, personally, if the presidency should go to the southeast.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
But people, when I tell people,
I don't know if that's.
No, when I tell people, maybe because of what I said earlier, like maybe they are not united to give out a candidate, they'll be like, it's not possible. But if actually, we are
I think that will cause a great division.
Now you look at the problem, Dr. Dami. You look at the problem.
Look
at the problem. Wait till 2022 when there will be PDP and APC convention. Look at the number of people that will come out from Anambra State alone under APC. Look at the number of presidential candidates that will come out. I mean, aspirants that will come out of Enugu State alone.
The irony right now, most of the people,
great division.
The irony,
if the president comes from the Saudi, it's going to cause a lot.
The irony right now is most of the candidates, most of the people that you see in the news, including the I don't even know what the word I'm not going to mention.
Okay.
No, most of the names you will never. I've never seen anyone from Southeast.
Exactly.
But the thing is.
You agree to that limit?
Nigeria is a nation.
You think
if you are not going to allow Southeast to become president because of maybe past, I don't even know.
Because it's going to cause division.
If you don't want, then let them go.
You know the problem.
They feel they're not part of the country.
Yeah.
It's a game of number.
Okay, no.
Yeah, but you must get the number. You must. We are one Nigeria, but in a situation
it's not games of number. So Obasanjo in 1999, Southwest vote for him.
I think the number actually plays
in 1998. During that convention, you have an Obasanjo being backed by the entire North.
Yeah.
So why can't not back somebody from the Southeast?
That would never happen. You are not.
No. This is then let them go.
No way.
No. They want decision. So let them go.
I beg to disagree. I think the problem of Nigeria is not the person that occupies the presidency. Let me just finish. The problem of Nigeria is actually this issue of restructuring. Let me learn. Yeah. For example, if Nigeria is restructured on regional basis, then the Southeast has a regional head, the Southwest has a regional head, and whatsoever you produce or you are allowed to develop at your own pace and all of that, the country will do better.
Even in that, there will still need to be an overall.
There
still has to be an overall. Right? There still has to be an overall.
Problem is, so why can't an Igbo man be in that central position?
Now look at the...
You know, the present crop of politicians will not subscribe to that. You know, in a regional system, the central is weak.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The Igbo people, their population is more than 40 million.
You see this current.
They actually carry a lot of
So most of them have been governors, most of them have been senators. The only thing they are hiding is the presidency, and they are hiding a powerful president. The president, if they want to be a president that is as powerful as it is now. So you will never see a conventional, a typical Nigerian politician that is going to root for that restructuring. When they are in opposition, they will be rooting for it. You have an article that once in a while,
if you are talking about one Nigeria,
if Atiku becomes a president today, he's going to be silent about restructuring because he wants to be a president that is powerful.
But if you are talking about restructuring, if you are still talking about one Nigeria, one thing we need to first go back to is that corrupt national constitution of 1999. That's the major problem. We like foundational. It has affected everything.
How many times they have amended it? But
still I think the system.
But still back to, so why can't we have a president from Southeast
Yeah.
In the last, Nigeria is more than how many?
Now, I'll tell you this. Actually,
60 years. Yeah.
See,
in 60 years, how many times has the presidency gone to
but now the Southeast, as a collective, what do they actually want? Is it that the Southeast actually asking for presidency, or they are asking for either secession?
No, I think so. They are number one
because of the marginalization. That's why they are asking for
become president. But because they see that they are being marginalized,
that's why they are asking for
this. Let us be number one.
Every region has done it, and they are both.
Dr. Jami, let's go down to the nitty gritty.
Let's break this thing down.
The North had over 20 or 30 years of rule in Nigeria. Of what benefit has that rule been to the North? 40 out of 60.
Yeah.
Of what benefit is that to the North? I schooled in Northern Nigeria. I spent most of my life in Northern Nigeria. Go to the North, you see poverty walking naked. Yeah. So of what benefit has that been?
To them.
The Southwest has produced presidency. Of what use was that to the Southwest? South just produced in the name of Jonathan. Go to Bayelsa, his own home state. Of what use was that? So now,
East-West Road.
East-West Road, was it completed? It was not good. So it means, fundamentally, it's not about who gets there that is the issue. No. Because we're just looking at a name. The president is our own. Then people use that to steal money.
Right now, my basics is coming from what we have been doing since 1999. You are talking about, it goes to this place, it goes to this place, it goes to this place. So why is it not going to this other place?
See,
right now, if
but would that be good for the nation? Though?
That is why I said let me finish.
Right now,
it's not about the region.
If we didn't use this rotation back and forth,
policy.
The normal thing for a country to do is to elect based on what the person is going to do.
Yeah.
And saying, what does the Southeast want? Mogalu campaign.
But you see that it's not.
But the thing is, the system is not ready.
It's not late to start that.
So, what do you think is the way forward?
I think to me, the way forward then.
Yeah, because I personally
because right now
I think it's very different.
Right now they have two agitation.
Yeah, they have two agitation.
The Biafra
or recession.
They will break up the country.
You see, to me, the way forward is electing the best candidate. To me, I really don't care if it's from the north or from the south or from the east.
That should be the basics. That should be the real
and coming
best
to
plan.
Coming to the southeast. No, I'm going to take you down the memory lane. Coming to the southeast issue, southeast needs to get a political heavyweight and put all the weight behind him and lobby the north.
It's not possible.
That is the only thing. If you go back to the 1960s,
I think
this thing started when
they let them go.
It started when
this is where the problem is.
Who gets what, and then Nnamdi Azikiwe stood aside like a beautiful bride. It was brought over by that's the whole genesis of the problem of the southern Nigeria. It was brought over by the north. They rolled out some ministerial positions to his party, I think NCNC, and so since then, the southeast has always been used as you want to get to the president, you want the number to balance, you roll some position, and because of that, and coupled with ego, there is no time you will get one. There was a time in 19. I think in 2003.
I have one question. I actually have one question. Yes, I'm going to sit on the seat. I have one question. Do you believe in one Nigeria?
Of course. But see, this is it. Let me explain something to you.
So you believe in a nation that is marginalizing one section of. So how are you different from?
No, wait. I'm going to tell you something.
I need to ask.
I'm going to tell you something.
The
way democracy.
The South is what?
Do you know, Dr. Dami.
I think. Sorry.
So right now in the presidency.
If we look at the country, if we're gonna be sincere with ourselves, if we look at the country in general, the people on the back seats, when it comes to like infrastructures, everything are the nothing.
So how does that fit into this?
So I mean, because they're saying that the northern is I'm talking based on the rotation policy that you
I get what you are saying. See, Dr. Dami, this issue of one Nigeria talking about.
Even in America, you have Republicans, people of different beliefs. You have Democrats, people of different beliefs. You have when one of them goes against
democracy
their own,
now
against
Dr. Dami, tell me, why is it that every time US goes to election, a Democrat, a candidate running on Democrat Party already have that 55 electoral college vote from California. Because Republican will never get the number. So in democracy, it's about number. The Southeast.
So that's why Hillary taking California. Did she win the election the last
time? Now you get it. That is because the Trump did his homework in other states. What a Southeast presidential offer can do is to get the whole Southeast, get South, get Southwest, and get some part of North Central.
APC or PDP.
If you cannot do that,
if they are really serious, they should nominate somebody from Southeast.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
In the last 5 years now, to me, the last 5 years now, it's going to be completed in 2020.
It's not like that.
It's waste of time.
You see,
actually went back like 10 years back. So let's another 8 years or 4 years. Let's go to Southeast.
I've just told you the clue.
Do you think
clue is getting everybody behind one person from the whole South and try to take some North Central.
There's this common adage. You keep repeating the same method and you expect different results.
Do you know the history of Nigeria?
I understand where most people will say, okay, it will never go to the south.
Do you understand the history of Nigeria?
Actually, the amalgamation of the northern and the south. Do you believe that like the north and the south, they don't wake up on the same bed?
Yeah, I agree. This is the issue.
So I believe in one Nigeria, but if you want that one Nigeria to sell, you have to allow everybody to go through the same thing.
No, not necessarily, because Nigeria had crisis that led to the Civil War.
Yeah.
Because the problem of the Igbos, the Eastern Nigeria, is before the Civil War.
Yeah.
Now,
so we are talking about.
Let's hold on. No,
the same we spoke about the first generation of immigrants. We have many generations that things are changing.
When that led to the Civil War, after the Civil War, there was no healing. You didn't discuss the issue, the fundamentals that led to that issue. Then you started building upon confusion. So that's why the Igbos, the Southeast, are saying we want to go, because those fundamentals were not resolved. And then the North is still aggrieved based on those antecedents that happened.
So but they didn't lose anything.
Of course. You need to read about the
Cardinals. You don't understand. So during that, before the Civil War, in that coup,
Tafawa Balewa and excuse me, we are talking about millions of people.
Excuse me. You know every region lost somebody in that coup,
except the Southeast.
And they were the mastermind.
Okay.
Do you understand? Every other person, every other region lost people in that coup except the Southeast. Nobody in the Southeast was killed.
And that was why there was a counter.
Okay.
That was why there was a counter.
Okay, we felt you did this against every other person. And also, since the death of Ahmadu Bello, the North has never had a better leader than Ahmadu Bello. He actually brought development to the North and all of that. Then you killed him.
And you know, before the death of Ahmadu Bello, before the death of Ahmadu Bello,
about millions of people that are still doing the Civil War.
The summary of it is this. Except we want to change from democracy. Democracy means either you're going to do direct primary or indirect primary. You get people to line up, they vote. The North will not. You have to win them over. That's just the truth.
Sometimes we say we should just give it to them.
No, it's not done. It's not done in democracy.
Presidency.
It's not done in democracy.
Vice President, Southwest. Senate President, North.
You're talking about that Buhari, no. Buhari is
I'm talking about the political positions now. You see where the agreement.
So you think the South?
See, Dr. Dami. See, Dr. Dami. In addition to, in addition to the democratic process, another thing that is fundamentally wrong with our constitution is this composition of the executive FEC. Federal Executive Council, like it's so relaxed in a way that a president can tinker with it anyhow, and that is why Buhari could come up with this 97 percentile and 5 percentile. You remember? But truth be told, if you want to get the ticket of your party, you cannot build it on sentiment. No, it's about number, and you have the North that has the number.
So right
you have
now,
to win them over.
Kingsley Moghalu, if APC, if they really want to do something,
who is you? They are really who are you?
That's the problem. If really they have the
now, let me tell you, in 2023,
they have the interest of Nigeria. If really you have the interest of Nigeria, these are people that can do something. Go and poach him, bring him to the party, empower him, do something and do something. So aside Kingsley Moghalu's trial,
now look at it.
Or maybe Obi Ezekwesili, aside their trial, look at what they've done.
Okay, see, Dr. Dan.
Yesterday I saw on Twitter, Obi Ezekwesili, she listed most of the things she did. With BP,
Dr. Dami,
things that are changing things right now.
Dr. Dami,
so why can't a party back her up? Look for somebody like that, back her up, push her if you really have the interest of the country.
Hold on. He just made a point.
Do
you think? Sorry, please, Dr. Ami, just the OB lady here. Dr. Linda, do you think in the next 5 to 10 years, do you think we're going to see a female president in Nigeria?
I don't think so.
With the climate of
they are not ready.
Then the country is retrogressing.
They are not ready yet.
Yeah, but I mean, from the way, of course, we live here. We see things differently. Mm-hmm. But looking at how the system is, do you think that
VP at World Bank?
Do you think
that doesn't have YX certificate?
Dr. Dami,
somebody that VP,
the problem is that
yes.
Democracy in Nigeria is
they're not ready to move forward.
Yeah. And because of the level of education of our people, the level of exposure, and the poverty in the land, it's you have a good idea, but you see the cost of running for an office is out of your reach. So that's it.
That is correct.
I'm telling you.
Then
Go back to 98. How did Obasanjo take that ticket?
Take many
The North. I'm coming. The North.
That's a very good example. Yeah.
The North.
Yeah.
They believe in Obasanjo.
Yeah.
They trusted him. Is there somebody from Southeast that they not trust?
So what can they trust? No. So for example, Obasanjo
that's a good question. It's very difficult.
It's about trust.
They went to him to
anyone that will win actually needs to capture
because they know that he's going to listen to some of the president. Why can't they go to if really they want something? Why can't they go to Obi Ezekwesili?
No. Now look at the profile of Obasanjo.
Why? Obasanjo in 1998 didn't show any intention.
No, it's not about that. Go back from 95 back to let's say 1967 and look at what Obasanjo has done for the North.
Across the.
So it's not about it's about what he has done.
What did he do for the North?
Because he created trust.
What did he do for the North? He handed over to a northern person after leaving the military.
Yeah, he did. He did.
That is one.
And also this.
That was used for the North.
You see, you have a North. You have the North.
Actually, one of the
the North survived on the presidency. They survive on presidency.
Yeah.
Nothing. There is nothing.
And Obasanjo was able to build trust across the country.
Yeah.
So Obi Ezekwesili, why can't they?
What trust?
It's not something
she's capable. Let's not.
It's not something you hear in 1 year because you are in position 1 year.
I don't see Nigeria.
Peter Obi.
I don't see Nigeria electing a female president.
Not even a female president. Peter Obi has the credentials to be a good president for Nigeria.
Yeah, we said even a female governor would be
the challenge is this.
Wait. Before we, sorry, Henry, because I think that's an important thing, because we have that problem of putting women behind. And if we look at the world nations right now, most of the women, the countries that are being run by women.
Look at Finland, look at the Prime Minister, look at the ministers.
South Korea is not a female.
No, not South Korea. But Finland, for example, how do you think we can implement this change when it comes to like this gender issue? When it comes to female running for offices and elected? In a very short, maybe in one sentence, what do you think we could do to change something?
Structure. If you don't get your structure right, you're going to... It doesn't matter whether a woman is there or not. I will give you an example. You mentioned Finland, you mentioned Germany, where we have women doing well. But you've forgotten Bangladesh. Bangladesh...
Yeah, their prime minister. So
it's a woman.
Yes,
but the country is in a mess. Because you still don't have the structure. The prime minister of Bangladesh, a woman, is even more powerful than Buhari.
Yes.
As a man in an African country. And she's also destroying the country just the same way Buhari is doing because you don't have the structure to hold her responsible. Imagine during this last election of the US, if they didn't have proper structure, with the way Trump was going to be like the sit-tight person holding on to power. He was not going to let go of power. But the structure that was in existence forced him out of power.
Yeah.
So, for Africa, for Nigeria, and so many developing countries, what we actually need is strong institutions. But unfortunately, we dwell in this issue of a strong man mentality. The strong man will have to be there. Check the whole of Africa, across the whole of Africa. You have strong men holding powers, and at the end of the day, they are doing nothing for the benefits of Africa.
Okay, let me ask the same thing to Linda. What do you think we could do to, break this gender barriers of seeing women in like strong, high positions and offices? in a short sentence?
Well, it's going to take a really, really, like Henry said, restructuring.
So you think that oppression of women is still very much evident, and it's not going away anytime soon?
Yes, because in Nigerian society, the man is up here and the woman is...
Well, I disagree with that. I don't think it's really oppression. I just think that the democratic process in Nigeria right now is somehow the terrain is too aggressive for women.
Not even for women, for the best.
Even it's aggressive for the best.
Why you say it? If you say
it starts from the it starts from the home.
Yeah.
The man is the head and the woman is like under.
So they already
replaced from there, and then it
goes to the society
to the society. We have this godfatherism. How many women can do that? How many husbands can let their wife run for a public post? Yeah, that is a problem.
So I mean, when you said it's too aggressive. Yeah. So do you think the let's say for the African women, do you think they're not like strong enough for such tasks? We've seen African women who have risen up before. The OB lady she's actually doing well. So I don't think it's more the aggression.
No, the OB basically you talk about. She's been doing well, but that is outside the political circle. She hasn't done really so.
So you think the political environment is too aggressive for women? They're not. They cannot.
Exactly. It's very toxic because even if today you put a female president, they're going to so frustrate her.
Now let me give you an instance. Now I'm going to give you a very quick instance.
Yes.
Look at in 2007. When OBJ was living, worked so hard and put Ejay as the speaker. But you see the majority, the northerners, the northern reps, it was so. It's like an aberration for them. Like
they couldn't believe it. Like how that,
So it's something that is a very toxic environment, and I think part of the problem we have, why it's still like this is because those offices are too, the hype and the money involved is too exorbitant. You understand? So there is this flex of muscle. Like people don't see it as call to service. Like you go in there to make money.
So is the only men they're allowed to enjoy?
So to enjoy. And that's why. I'm just saying the reason why it now becomes so intense. It becomes so intense, so toxic, even for good people. Most of the time, I tell you, good people, good candidates, they are screened off at the primary. For instance, in 2018, in the Ekiti election, everybody on the street knew that Segun is the best candidate. He's the best governor that the state has ever had.
Okay, so speaking of women in the office, holding strong political offices, Dr. Dami, how do you think that can be made possible in the nearest future, in the short sentence?
We've been talking about restructuring. So I think aside the restructuring, what we need to restructure is the mindset. And to me, I think it has to go through outside of religion, outside of tribe, for you to understand that political or leadership positions are not just for men to occupy. The main barrier in Nigeria, or mostly, I wouldn't say in Africa, because in Liberia we have Self there. Now we have Ejay, but we've had a woman there. The first thing is the mindset. Not to think, okay, women are supposed to be in the kitchen as the president
in the back room, other room.
Women have done a lot. Kojoela, she did many things.
Yeah, did a lot. Yeah, historical.
Obviously did many things.
True.
The other lady from UK that came with maybe a forged wife or NYC certificate, despite doing very well, they would have covered it up if it was a man or if so. To me, I think women have a lot of a big role to play in the future of Nigeria. How Nigeria is going to be. It's not going to just to be men or something. We need women to be in politics, and they've done a lot of work at home. They've done it in the industry, First Bank, and all these things.
Actually, best to organize
so we need them because women they have this conscious art, or how should I call it? That they are very, they have this empathy. So they wouldn't be there and be seeing people, the estimate raping people on the road or anything. So we need women. They have this passion towards feeling for people and everything. So number one thing is the mindset. The political office or getting a good leader is not just the men's rights or something. It has to do with both genders and everything. So, yeah.
Speaking of the future, Henry, do you think politics in Nigeria, you could actually win an office without a financial backing?
The future.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you see that in the nearest future?
No.
Someone like you or Dr. Dami, for example, or Yemi, or even Linda here can just decide to go and run for an office in Nigeria.
No, maybe not in the next 50 years.
50?
Yeah, not in the next 50 years, because we need to be truthful to ourselves and be sincere to ourselves.
50 is a lot.
That's a lot. That's half a decade.
Yeah, 50.
That's
Because
5 decades.
50. Now, let's look at it. If you look at Nigeria, is a country that is so monetized, and everybody is looking to grab as much of that money him or her can grab.
Why we need to change that constitution?
Yeah, that is why we need. Of course, we need fundamental change. My fear is this: even the younger generation that are coming up are probably even worse than this present generation. We'll take a very big example from the governor of Kogi State. He's the youngest governor in Nigeria currently, but he's the worst governor in Nigeria in terms of violence, in terms of non-performance, in terms of stealing and everything. So that's an indication of where the trend in the country. So that is why I feel Nigeria is not yet on the path of seeking merit to occupy good position. Yeah, but we are just hoping that in the midst of these bad ones we have, at least one is the one
good bad
yeah,
one,
one good bad one, at least one good bad one. A lesser evil should be there, and maybe from there we can
Great. Okay, final question to Dr. Yemi before we round this up. So speaking of this, do you think that it's possible to run a local office or run for an office without going diabolical? In Nigeria, because I don't want to agree that everyone who's in office is diabolical. We've seen our vice president, for example, is a pastor, and I want to believe that. I want to believe that he's not diabolical. But do you think it's possible to run the office, without being diabolical? And then I have last question for Linda before we run it. Yes, please. Very quickly.
Don't let me talk about the vice president.
So there's a question mark on
it. You see, what I've always, my opinion about this has always been that in most cases you could have pockets of cases where the people are not directly involved in activities, yes. But they have people doing it.
So they have knowledge of it.
Yeah, because you see, it goes back to the fact that it is highly monetized. The offices are too attractive. You do everything like
to get there.
Now, you imagine if you want to run for senatorial office or you want to run for governorship election. Take my state for instance. I just told you the other time that a governorship candidate was given 200,000. That is a state of 16 local government and 177 wards. So you have more than 2,000 delegates. So you can do the mathematics. Now, and you have spent all that and you still feel that, despite spending this much, there is a guy that is still standing strong. I have this guy between me and the office.
I have to take him out.
Until something is done, I think that quite often, in more than 90% of the cases, people who run for offices they are active.
So last question.
That would be the post. Dr. Adeyemi
says you have to be down.
We always disagree, but deep down, that's
you disagree, by the way.
90%.
Yes, have to be diabolical. Personally, I actually think 100%.
What?
I don't think there's anyone in the office who's holding power.
So can you give an example of one you think is not diabolical?
I don't think there's one.
I can't say.
What do you think, Dr. Do you think you can actually win a position in an official position without being
a clean
political position?
Now you guys want me to talk about my belief? Then I have to deep dive.
No.
Just
what do you think is obtainable now?
Some of the people holding political positions right now, some of them have divine mandates to go there.
Give me an example.
Okay, tell me.
That's I can't say.
The vice president.
No. It's
active as somebody that's alive.
I can't say. For example,
Now, see, Dr. Dami, and when you talk about being involved or not being involved, you have to take into cognizance that if you are doing it by yourself, or you give consent,
you are still involved. Yeah, any which way, and you know, even if you are aware of it, you don't even.
To me, don't generalize that every politician or anybody holding political.
So can you give us an
example
of someone that looks like?
No. I don't think we're ever going to get to the end of
You can say a major percentage of them are doing it. But
when I said 90%, I was trying to be conservative.
90% is actually.
I
think personally.
Where are you getting these statistics from?
No, when we look at it from the outside.
I don't understand.
So wait,
why
let me ask.
why did you mind this?
It's very simple to find.
I think Linda thinks
to notice what they do.
Linda, you looking at the system, how things work.
Are you diabolical?
Do you think?
For election?
No. We're in a systemized country. Okay, but that leads me to the last question.
Okay, now I put it. Wait.
That leads me to the last question.
Sorry, Ejay. I put it to you. The way you are running for election in Olu now. Can you do you think you can run this same way
in Nigeria?
No.
They will clear you out of the way.
But my last question goes like this. So I mean, do you think you would ever get to a point, and that goes to you or any of us who are aspiring to run a political office? Do you think you ever get to a point where you're like, okay, I want to go back home and run for an office with all of these things that we've said?
Okay, like I always tell my husband, I've always had this political ambition right from time. But from what I've been seeing in Nigeria, I told him that for me to hold a political position in Nigeria, I have to be called. Just like Okonjo when I was called. If not, I cannot on my own.
A divine call, or you're talking about
appointed.
Yeah, so that's an appointment. That's not.
But I think
for me to go context as
even with the appointment, I still think they'll ask you to do certain things.
No. If it requires that, then
you let it go.
Of course, I'll let it go. It's not worth it.
Okay. I think we.
So that in conclusion now, when you put governance in people that are diabolical, that could do something like terrible things.
Yeah.
Who are desperate for power.
Yeah.
So how do you expect these same people with this kind of mindset or this evil act to do something meaningful?
That is why the system. That is why the system has to change. That is why the system has to change.
It is backfiring. That's
So that's why the country is
that is why the system has to change.
90% are diabolical.
So can you tell me now?
How can 5%?
Now wait.
How can 5% of 200 million control?
Go back to what he has
5%.
been saying. Go back to what he has been saying. That is why the system has to be restructured. That is why the institution has to be empowered.
Actually, it's not even up to 1%. How can 1% of the population control the remaining 99%?
Oh, yeah.
Have you watched the movie of 1% of the 1%? It's possible.
You don't understand. It's not understand.
I understand.
See. Let me tell you something. In Nigeria, the politicians in Nigeria, they have designed the whole thing in a way that the masses, they have rendered they have made them to be poor. And so they are beck and poor already. So when you have caked the masses like that, everything you want is at beck and poor.
The reason why I won't agree with the 100% or 90% about people diabolical is then you guys are neglecting the power, the divine power to get to that position. And that's
hold on a second. I'd like to answer that. If you're religious like myself, who believes in divine mandates and stuff like that, I just think right now there is no one who has that divine mandate in the government. That's why I totally say
something will give away.
In fact,
something will give away.
Because if there's someone who has a divine mandate
to go in right now, you say there are people with divine mandate.
So when the person gets there, you guys will still say, okay, because he gets.
It will be evident.
How will
he won't be corrupt? Don't worry. A clear evidence is that he will be corrupt.
It will be evident.
He will not kill.
Are you in your right? In your right judgment?
Has any one of them been convicted?
In your right judgment?
No. Okay, you started taking the part of Buhari.
Wait.
He's speaking like a corrupt person.
In your right judgment.
No, I'm actually fighting the system.
Now, when you say in your right judgment, will you say are you satisfied with the performance of the vice president?
Corruption allegation.
Okay, when you have a divine mandate, it will be visible.
There are corruption allegations attacking around the vice president's neck. That's why he's not talking anymore.
Yeah.
Because they opened his book.
When you have a divine mandate,
So he's quiet.
if you have a divine
Your work
mandate,
will be evident.
and
We
you
will
got
see.
there with divine mandate, it will be so
No,
evident.
they've opened the book.
You might be there for a very short time.
Are you not
You might
aware
be there
that the
for
news
a
on the
very
road?
short
Are you
time.
not aware that the news on the streets?
And
part
just
of
forget about the consequences.
Exactly.
Are you aware that-
If you have a divine mandate,
That's correct.
you cannot be threatened.
Yeah, the news on the streets
Now-
is that Magu was
now-
removed, the FCC chairman was removed
No,
because of the
And where
Because you have a divine mandate. Because you have a divine mandate.
Hold on a second.
Because you have a divine mandate doesn't mean you are not going to misbehave. David misbehaved.
Okay, you are taking it to
Son
another thing now.
misbehaved.
Okay.
Conclusion.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
actually,
what
that's
was
it.
I have a question.
Answer the question.
Okay, please.
Okay, they misbehaved, but did they make an impact or not?
Eventually.
I'm just they made impact.
Of course, that's-
So what I'm
The
saying
end-
is-
the end justifies-
what I'm trying to say is
They
you are not
misbehave
faultless.
because-
You are not going to be faultless.
They misbehave because they cannot be perfect.
The end
They can't be
justifies.
100%.
So you're telling me
But
that
do you get
there will be
something
evidence. So when they misbehave now and you see the evidence, I'll be like, no, this one is not.
but-
No,
Tell me,
no,
tell me,
Hold
tell
on
me,
a
tell me.
second. The
No.
end will justify the
It means,
means.
yeah, at the end of the day, we'll look at your performance.
So right now, does the end look like it's
Because-
justifying the means?
So Donald Duke,
Donald Duke,
What happened to them?
at least according to records, he did very well in cross-river.
Yes, he
Yes,
did well.
yes.
Does
So-
that mean that it
so
was a
it's-
divine mandate?
Do you think he's?
How do you? How can you know now? Did he hear the call when he got
It
married?
may be, it may not be, but the fact that he did perform well.
El-Rufai is doing exceptionally well in
Let us
Kaduna.
round up.
Yeah.
Now, are you not saying El-Rufai is now working on other divine mandates?
You don't know when maybe God called him now. Nobody
Okay,
knows.
God called him now.
It's
God
a
called him
thing.
now.
Hold on,
To
no.
start targeting Southern Kaduna people.
The guy is.
We know. But
Yeah,
that's
That's part of the misbehaving. Now, David
Because the
misbehaved.
increased population of Southern Kaduna.
So by their fruit. So when King David misbehaved
Alright.
and did
I think-
no.
Don't
Ladies,
say that.
ladies
You
and
having divine
gentlemen,
mandate doesn't mean you are not going to. You are going to be
If you
faultless.
have divine mandate, you
One
will not
thing-
be off track for long.
Yeah, you
All right.
There can be occasionally
Hold
you
on.
can
Let's round
you
this
can
up.
have imbalance of desire,
Yeah.
and that is
Let me round this
the fact
up.
that you are not God.
Let's
You can't
round
be
this
perfect.
up.
I think he has to do something.
One thing that we can take from this conversation is that we are all passionate about our country. We want to see growth. So, irrespective of the heated argument, we're all coming from different perspectives. But at the end of the day, I believe we want to see a better Nigeria. We want to see a better rulership. We are all living here comfortably because the system works and the system is fine. And that's why someone like Linda can actually decide to go, into office and represent the minority and all that. So, in all we're saying is we need a better country, a better leadership, and we hope that in our lifetime we will be able to see some changes. Divine mandate, hopefully, because only divine mandate can make changes like that.
Ejay's podcast. Let's go.